you. Good evening. It is Tuesday. That means we are going into the Derbyverse. We're going to talk about Thanks Scrimmage. That happened on this weekend. So be sure to stand by and put on your straps. We're going to go into the Derbyverse and talk about Thanks Scrimmage. So basically, Thanks Scrimmage, this is the 12th annual Thanks Scrimmage. It was hosted by the Prison City Derby Dames and was there at the Rinks of Corona there in Corona, California. You had over 20 challenge matches, which are scrimmages, and they had 2 tracks. I was basically on track 1 all day long, so we'll be talking about that and a couple other things. So if you're watching for the first time, my name is Big Poppa. This is Into the Derbyverse. What we do here is talk to you on Tuesdays about what happened over the weekend, and then Thursday of all the events coming up in the next couple of weeks. So be sure to check in on Thursday, because we've got a lot of stuff going on. You've got San Fernando Valley Roller Derby having their home bout championships, and you've got clinics coming up. So it'll be a pretty big thing to do on Thursday. So be sure to check that out. So as we were talking with Thanks Scrimmage, you had 20 challenge games. So we had 2 games on each track and over 90 skaters that were registered, and they were coming from 23 different leagues. You had leagues from Texas. You had Freight Train from the Texas Roller Derby. She made an appearance and scared the you-know-what out of a lot of people. So I really do appreciate her coming out and spending some time with us. So if you did not go to Thanks Scrimmage, be sure to put that on your calendar next year, because I think this year they outdid themselves. They really did. You had Volcanic Smash from Angel City Derby, so that they joined us. You had skaters up from Rat City. So you had all over, just Southern California, Arizona, Texas, and up in Washington. So, you know, again, take a look at that. Give that a thought on your schedule for next week. So let's go ahead and talk about what was going on in Rink 1. So with Thanks Scrimmage, basically what this is kind of wrapping up the season. And you have skaters from all over that come out to participate. So you have 30-minute challenges for various different levels, different skaters and different themes. So we'll start out with Rink 1. The first one that was up was at 10 a.m. It was the female. It was B and C level. So these are your newer skaters mixed in with some of your veteran skaters, and that was the Catsuits versus the Tutus. The Catsuits came out with 30 points at the end, but it was the Tutus who took it over by 7 points. So that was a very close game in the first bout of the night, or actually of the morning. At the next one was a female BC team. So it was B level, C level. It was the Ouija boards taking on the tarot cards, and again, very close on this one. Again, 80 to 71 in favor of the Ouija boards. Now, one of the things to understand on this one, it is a running 30-minute clock, so that clock does not stop. So we continue to, if you have timeouts or anything like that, nobody had any timeouts. They just kept on running and gunning and playing and scoring points, so that was really neat. The next one was 11:30. It was the junior. It was supposed to be juniors. It was Hit Squads versus Tough Girl on 8 wheels. But unfortunately, they did not have enough juniors to field that. So that actually turned into a BC black and red. So when we basically talk about black and red, the colors, that's just the colors of the jersey that they wear. Typically, a scrimmage would be like a black and white, but they just make sure they have separate colors for everything. After that, again, it was with the BCs, it was the blacks at 57 and the reds sitting at 46. Up next after that, it was a co-ed C level, so rookies. This would be rookies. It was Rookie Blues taking on Rookies of the Year, and it was Rookies of the Year at the end sitting at 68 points to 47. And then wrapping up just before the lunch break, it was the Wizards taking on the Muggles. This was a female BC, and it was the Wizards coming out wearing the blacks and the Muggles wearing the blues, and the Wizards gave the Muggles some black and blue. It was 130 to 36 at the end of that one. So after the break, we had the juniors. It was Cartoon Network's taking on Nickelodeon. It was purple and yellow. Not a lot of turnout from the juniors on this one, but what was really nice is they threw in some rookie women and had them help out too. So that was really nice, neat. You could see the juniors got to play, and also some of the rookies got to play. So that was really neat. I think one of the neatest, one of the funniest events out of this one here was where Lunatic, she skates for the Los Angeles Renegade Roller Girls. She was the jammer. She was coming around the backside of turns 2 and 3. So she was in the straightaway. And it was all of the juniors on the team. It was the Nickelodeons. Lunatic was skating for the Cartoon Networks, but it was the Nickelodeons, all the junior junior skaters just was all over her. It was like Travelers, Gulliver's Travelers. It was hilarious. So that was really nice to see. After that, we went to the Chunky Dunks taking on the Skinny Dips. Now, this has been a one that's been going on for some time with Thank Scrimmage. So basically you have a lot of your very skinny and very skinny jammers typically, or skaters that will skate on the Skinny Dips, and then your Chunky Dunks, your non-skinnier people playing on that. So they're typically your blockers and your pivots. But what was really neat on this one is, yes, the Skinny Dips did win at 105 against Chunky Dunks 68, but it was just really great to see all the camaraderie out there on this one. And you had some skaters that never did jamming. You know, they're blockers. They never did the jamming, or they're not used to it. I think the funniest one was a picture. If you go to it, it was on our Facebook page. Chuck Gay Photography had a great shot, and it was a Pepper. I believe she skates for North County Derby Alliance. She's putting on the Jammer Star, and just the look on her face was hilarious. It's like, you want me to do what? And it was just, it's hilarious. So be sure to check that out. Now, after that, we had co-ed, and this was C-level co-ed, and it was the transitions taking on the plow stops. The transitions took that game at 140 to 41. Then just getting towards the end of the night, it was 4:15, you had BC females, but it was the Salinas taking on the Bejas. And again, it was just phenomenal to see all the different ones. I want to give a shout out to number 9, Sweet. I do apologize. I do not know what team she does, but if you do know it, please leave a comment in below in our chat. I would really appreciate that. But what was nice is, a shout out goes to her, is because she had a great, she skated the first, she skated all day long, but on the first team, it was the cat suits and the tutus. She was on the cat suits, and she was wearing a really nice cat suit that she had on. But then she went down to the Salinas, and she was wearing a costume that Selena would normally wear with the big bell bottoms and stuff. But what was unique on this is she handmade it all by herself, and it was phenomenal. So the shout out for the best costume, costume would be going to Sweet for both the cat suit and the Salinas. So just a shout out to her. And then the last one for the day on track 1 was Clueless taking on Mean Girls. And again, another great photo album to check out. So anything from Chuck Gay that he has, you can go onto our Facebook page, into the Derbyverse, and we have the albums posted there. So please Be sure to share them and stuff. If you have any questions as far as usage on the photos and stuff, please reach out to Chuck Gay, and he can give you permission or tell you what needs to happen. But it was Clueless taking on the Mean Girls, and this came down to the wire. Only 10 points separated, but it was the Mean Girls that took it from 67 to 57. So again, that was just on Rink 1. Over on Rink 2, you had a lot of other ones. You had your standard DC and Marvel matchup that we've had, the Rebels and the Empires. Hit Squad had a couple of them there. They had the Hit Squad Red versus Hit Squad Black. Another ones that you had was the females. These are more of the A's and B's and co-eds. So the DC Marvel was a co-ed A and B. So sorry, just backtracking here. Your Rebels and Empire was a co-ed A and B. Then you had the Hit Squad Red and Hit Squad Black. That was co-ed A and B. Then you had a female A and B, which was Cold One versus On the Rocks. I personally like Cold Ones. The co-eds, which was the Has-Beens taking on the Wannabes. That was co-ed A and B. So on this one, it's really neat because the Has-Beens are skaters that have been skating, I believe, 5 or more years. And then the Wannabes are the ones that have been skating less than that time frame. Then after their break that they had, the lunch break, they had a female A and B, which was Evil Queens taking on the Disney Princesses. The female A and B was Jackson 5 taking on Backstreet Boys. You had a female C that was Halloween's taking on Christmas. I think one of the funnier ones was the female A and B, which was the Asthmatics taking on Where's My Glasses. And then the last ones was the females B and C, which was the Plastics taking on the Heathers. So just a great day. Started at 10 a.m. The last bout was at 5:15. So that was over about 5:45. I saw on track 1 a lot of skaters just skating all day long. Because again, you skate with these people or against these people all season, and then all of a sudden you go, like a good example, you're skating against this skater all day long, all season long. Now you get to skate with them. Or you've been skating with your teammate all season long. Now you get to skate against them. So, got to see that. So your head referee on this one was Rainbow Smasher. Your head announcer for the Thanks Scrimmage was the Ill Reverend Mike. And then your head NSO was Cherry Vicious. So just a shout out to all the referees, all the announcers, and all the NSOs, EMTs. Shout out to the Prison City Derby Games for hosting this and stuff. That was good. I got to announce with a couple new announcers. I got to announce with Ron Pock. He was a blast to announce with. He normally announces for the Red Rum Renegades, and also he's been doing some announcements for Badfish. So if I get a chance to work with him again, that would be great. I really like it. And then I wrapped up the afternoon announcing with Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan, she is a original Prison City Derby dame, and she moved over to I believe Wisconsin, back east, and was skating there, and now she's back here. So it was really great to announce with all of them and stuff. So just kudos out to them. I look for the next time we get to share the mic on that. A couple of the shout outs I want to talk to you about with the events. If you have not, either as a skater or as a fan, been to Thanks Scrimmage, I highly recommend it. It is an event that I look forward to every year. It's almost like a big family reunion. Holidays are coming, you meet up with family and stuff, family and friends, so you get to reunite with these people, and that's always nice. But you also get to meet new people, new family members, new faces and stuff. So just a couple takeaways on this that I really like. I want to give a shout out to the Los Angeles Renegade Roller Girls, Lunatic, JJ Punch, also known as Pizza, which is Booby Trap. But and all the crew out there, I really do appreciate. They made sure they came over and said hi to me and spent some time with me. But it was just a pleasure to announce for them and see them skate. They are some talented skaters. You know they have a good coach. Their coach is Poppa, so a shout out to Poppa there, because he's doing a great job. The entire crew out there, I really do appreciate it, and that was great to see them and see them skate. Then I got to see some new skaters. Rebel Town rollers came out, and the crew that was out there just did the league proud. The standout skater for them happened to be Medieval. She was just tenacious as a jammer, as a blocker, as a pivot, just to get to see her. And she was so good that it caught my attention. It was like, hey, I haven't seen them play, or I haven't called their action. So that would be, something I want to put into my itinerary for the 2019 season, is to actually go see a game, or maybe be able to call a game or something like that to do that. So, great seeing that and being able to be a part of that. A couple things that they did with Thank Scrimmage this year. They had a new logo for their shirts. You should still be able to go to Wicked Skatewear and order your commemorative shirts for the 2018 season. They did a smart, they meaning Prison City, I think they did a smart thing on organization as far as for this event. This time they had badges, as far as, lanyards you wear around your neck, and that helped out. But the other thing too is they had water stations all throughout the premise, so that was nice, and that was very helpful. They had some really good vendors out there. But as far as the commemorative shirts, this is what's really nice. They had it on pre-order, which I thought that was nice, that you can go down and order and you can pick it up there at the event. But instead of having to order a lot and then having all that inventory that you have to take care of and stuff, because how many times have we gone to an event and you see, that shirt that's been sitting there for years and years and years. They went ahead and you could order your shirt right there from Skatewear. So that was really good. I think that was a smart and wise thing to do for Prison City. So, a shout out to Great Dame on that, and the committee who came up with that. I thought that was really good. You had a lot of different coverage this year for Thank Scrimmage. And that's a change that's happening here in the community that's really nice. You always have power jams that are out there. IB Drunky and Mama Beater. IB Drunky was out there skating and stuff, and so, was doing some interviews there, and that was nice. Lloyd Knox and Ivy, Hit Squad TV. They're celebrating their 4th anniversary, and they had some, they did a lot of the live broadcasts out there for the Facebook Live events, and that was nice covering that. And then as far as the photography, Chuck Gay Photography. Chuck does a phenomenal job. He's all over the place, and he was jumping back and forth between the 2 rinks and stuff, so that was always nice to see. And he does a phenomenal job. So please go out to his Facebook page and his page itself, and you can see his photos. We have shared them over on Into the Derbyverse, so you can watch that and see how that goes. But help and support them. But so still a lot of coverage out there. And then Into the Derbyverse, we were out there, did a couple live broadcasts. Learned a lot too. So that was really neat. Teaming up with a couple of different leagues for next season that we'll be following. That will be really neat. We'll be talking a little bit more about that later on. Just to give you kind of a preview, we'll be following more of the IEDD, Inland Empire Derby Divas. This is going to be their initial year as a sanctioned team. So waiting for that announcement. That'll be really nice to see once they get to sew on the pink patch that makes them official WFTDA sanctioned members. There's other teams that are going to be getting that, hopefully get that WFTDA pink patch. You have the Rough Diamond Rebels, you have Beach City, you have Los Angeles Derby Girls, you have Baja, so you then also you have up Northern California, you have Fault Line Derby Devils. So, you know, would be really glad to see that. But next year we'll be following along with IEDD, so we can see how their initial year goes, and then wish them the best. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. But if there's other teams that you want us to follow, and really we follow them all season long, or be willing to help us out and follow for us, you know, please put that onto our comments here down below. Give us a thumbs up, let us know, reach out, throw us their links, or even message us up over on Facebook and get that taken care of. So we've got a lot. The next other thing we'll be doing is following a little bit closer on some more Renegades. What's unique about with that Renegade, it's a different format, but we're really trying to follow Los Angeles Renegade Roller Girls because they're unique in itself. They skate both WFTDA and also Renegades, and they are one of the only Renegade teams that actually skate both, or one of the only WFTDA style teams that skate both WFTDA and Renegade. So that's always nice to see. So we, you know, got that taken care of. We've got more tournaments coming up, so we'll be able to discuss that too. You got, give me just a moment here. I'll grab that real quick. I get that going on. One of the first tournaments that are coming up that's closing here pretty soon would be the Otter Bowl. That's going to be Otter Bowl 2019. That's going to be hosted by the Monterey Bay Derby Dames. Otter Bowl is a Division III level tournament. It's going to be going on April 5th through the 7th of 2019. The deadline for the submissions is November 30th, so it's coming up here in a couple days. Now, teams will be announced within 2 weeks, so mid-December. It's going to be 10-team double elimination, and they're looking for teams that are ranked within 100 of 236. So that's where Monterey Bay Derby Dames is currently at, sitting at 236. Also being announced at the mid-December is going to be the Attack of the Sea Squads. Again, that's hosted by Motherlode Area Derby. Now, that's going to be April 13th and 14th, so just the weekend after Otter Bowl. That's going to be in Frogtown in Angels Camp, California. Again, applications for that are closed right now, and they are going to make an announcement by mid-December, so here within the next couple weeks on that. Now, you do have the 8th annual Deep Blue Derby tournament that is hosted by the Sierra Regional Roller Derby. That's going to be September 13th through the 15th in Truckee, California. And then again, Westside Wreckers are hosting their 2018 Wrecking Brawl. That's going to be October 19th through the 20th. That's going to be in Taft, California. So I believe that I know Wrecking Brawl is still accepting applications, and also Deep Blue is still accepting applications. So again, make sure you get that taken care of. So keeping an eye on the tournaments itself. Youth tournaments are coming along too. Los Anarchists Junior Roller Derby, they are hosting a tournament on January 26th through the 27th. That's going to be a JRDA sanctioned tournament. It's going to be 5 bouts. It's going to be at Anarchy Hall. The teams participating in that one is going to be Rocky Mountain Roller Punks, West Coast Junior Knockouts, the LA Revolt, and the Los Anarchists Junior Derby. Now, the LA Revolt is a team from Los Anarchists, so they are going to be hosting 2 teams there. That's going to be really good to see. And again, 5 bouts. 5 bouts of Derby. So be sure to go to their Facebook page, and we'll be speaking more on that once we have more information on that. I believe that they have it set up for the first whistle on Saturday would be at 10 a.m. and then the first whistle on Sunday would be at 8 a.m. Then on Saturday, February 23rd, Sin City Junior Rollers is having a round robin. They are hosted. They are out of Las Vegas, Nevada. That's going to be Saturday, February 23rd. It's going to be held out at the Fallout Shelter. Great name for that if you ever play that game. That's going to be in Las Vegas. The participating teams are going to be the Sin City Junior Rollers, Los Anarchists, and then they have a Team New Mexico. That's going to be a mixed team of players from teams out of New Mexico. That's going to be a round robin, so that's going to be really nice to see. So be sure to check that out. We'll have more information later on as far as the tournaments coming, more tournaments coming up, or if they are having openings and such. So that's what I have going on in the weekends. What else should we be talking about there, Mr. Watson?
Well, we should be asking people if they would like to be interviewed.
Oh, that is great. If you've got, if you are a skater, and we are always looking to be able to interview people and talk to them about that. So please, let us know. We would be more than happy to talk to you and interview you, and you can tell your story and, tell us about your team and everything. So we'd love to have that. Or if you know of a skater that you would like to hear from, want more information, please drop us a link on our Facebook page or here in the live chat, and we'd be more than happy to get that taken care of. What else?
Yeah, that's where Facebook really comes in handy.
Mm-hmm.
They can tag a friend to an Into the Derbyverse post,
Yep.
and then let them know about what you're doing here.
Yeah, that's great. That's always a good thing. So please, if you like what we do, please go ahead and like and share the Into the Derbyverse Facebook page.
Yeah,
and tag your friend. Yes, of course.
Sometimes I see the Facebook post and say, "You've been tagged." And
it's like,
by
what? Yeah, so yeah, you are right about that. So be sure to tag your friend, let them know about that so they can check us out. And, we are really looking forward to finishing up this season, actually this year, because Derby is now a year-round event. So you think, your local Derby's done for the season. Well, that's great. They take some time off, but you always have that itch that you need to scratch as far as, hey, I need some Derby in my life. Well, that's what Into the Derbyverse is going to be, because you've got juniors going on. You've got other teams and other locations that have Derby, on our off season. That's their on season. A good example is most of the teams in Alaska. They just started their season here in October, November timeframe. So that's always good. What else?
Well, I was going to say, the down season is super great, so it gives us a chance to interview your favorite skater. Because they don't have training, right?
They got no training. Well, some of their skating still do training, but still,
they don't have any matches, they have some downtime, they have some time to come on the show and talk to us about their favorite things.
And we would be more than happy to have them on there and talk to them, because the more the more, the deeper that you'll become, a Derby fan and be able to support more Derby.
And it doesn't have to be live. They can DM you and you can take the camera and go to them and conduct an interview. Yeah, we will travel to you. You don't have to come to us. We'll travel to you. We don't mind that. So we can do it over Skype or over this thing we got called the interweb or internet or interfishing net. Oh yeah, just send us a message. We'll be knocking on your door.
Yeah, we'll send you a photo before we get there so you know it's us.
Be like the Uber driver.
The Uber driver. Here's your driver. Here's your interviewer. So yeah.
We've come to take you into the
but I don't want to go. But again, so we hope that you had a great Thanksgiving holiday, and we look forward to spending some more time talking about roller derby. So for myself, Big Poppa, and CJ Watson, you've been watching Into the Derbyverse, and as always, keep your friends close.